Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls of all ages. Spank the Monkey back again with another unboxing video, this time of Secrets of Strixhaven Collector Boosters. So we are finally here. It is pre-release weekend. I was able to get myself a box of collector boosters. And I am looking forward to opening the set. I've been watching some of the reviews so far. It looks like this set is playing with a lot of gas and a lot of good cards, and I'm lucky that I was able to get a pre-order for the CBB just a few weeks ago, and it finally came in today. And let me share the unboxing for this one. So let us get right to it. Okay, let's open this up. X marks the spot, and let's see what sort of goodies we get from SOS. Okay, here we go. So 12 packs of goodness, 15 cards each. Looking forward to the Mystical Archives. I really enjoy the Strixhaven set from a few years back, and hopefully we pick up some nice cards from this set. All right, so this is made in, is this made in Japan? No, made in the US. Okay, interesting. So over here, let's see. So I think this is rare, since I'm here in Asia, to be opening these CBBs made from the US. But anyway, let's see. But I do kind of like the cardstock and quality from the Japanese ones. Okay, the boosters are hard to open. So if this is a US, okay, so the good stuff will be in the back, right? Okay, here we go. So Elite Interceptor with Rejoinder was this sorcery. Okay. And then we have a Cost of Brilliance. I'll put the comments over here. Seize the Spoils. Okay. Inkling Mascot. Borrowed Knowledge. Okay. Stand Up for Yourself. Destroy target creature with power 3 or greater. Okay. 3 to cast. Uncommon. No. So this one is uncommon. Sorry. Encouraging Aviator. So 3 to cast. Bird Wizard. It has flying and is prepared. And then it jumps. Okay. Ooh. And we have our first Mystical Archive card, but from the uncommon slot. I don't know what this is. It's a 1 to cast. I don't know, instant sorcery. I don't know. I'll check these out later, but let's just marvel at the art. Right, looks pretty cool. Okay, let's put the Mystical Archives. It's fine, I'll put there. Okay, and then we have another one. So there's two. This one is in, ooh, this is a nice foil. I think this is the silver screen foil. It looks nice. So this is a 1 to cast green. I don't know what this is though. You know, honestly, I have not actually looked at the cards from this set. Well, it's been pretty busy with work, but well, you know, I would just have to apologize ahead of time if I'm not, if I don't recognize what the Mystical Archive cards are. But this Japanese looking one in the silver screen foil, it's not, you don't really see it too much here. But it's actually like there's a certain texture to it, like, you know, remember the gilded foil before, sort of like that around the text box here, and there's a certain like roughness to the art itself. I think this is probably the nicest looking foils that we have. Okay, so now we're getting to the business end of it. We have our planes, and moving on to the first, we have a rare. It is Steal the Show. So 3 to cast sorcery, choose one or both. Target player discards any number of cards and draws that many cards. Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. Okay. So this is just a regular rare pack foil. And then we have Pest Rescuer for the borderless non-foil. So 3 to cast Dryad Druid. At the beginning of each upkeep, if you don't control a pest creature token, create a 1/1 black pest And then if you gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. Okay. Okay, so this is coming from the Commander sets. Okay, next one would be a Maelstrom Artisan, which is a prepared spell in borderless non-foil, 3 to cast, Minotaur Sorcerer with haste, and this creature enters prepared. So Rocket Volley is a 2 to cast sorcery, and it says destroy target non-land basic. Okay, 3/2 sorcerer, Minotaur. Okay, so I'll put that over here. And then we have a Mystical Archive card. It is Empty the Warrens. So this is a 4 to cast sorcery. It says create 2 red goblin creature tokens with Storm. Okay, nice looking foil there. These Mystical Archives really look very, very cool. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put the Mystical Archives over here in its own slot. Okay, and then we have for a borderless foil, we have a Scheming Silvertongue. So this is a creature that's prepared, 2 to cast, 1/3 with flying and lifelink, and it reads at the beginning of your second main phase, if you gain 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared. And the spell it comes prepared with is Sign and Blood. So 2 black pips. Sorcery, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. Okay. And then we have a token. So foil, borderless. Yeah, I'll just put this over here. You know what? No, maybe I'll put this over here. Yeah. So borderless, foil, non-foil. I'll just put them in one pile. I want to make some space for some of these special cards. Looking to get a lot of these Mystical Archives. Okay, pack number 1. I actually don't know the prices right now of these cards, so please hit me up on the comments if I hit a major card here. Hopefully I do get some lovely bombs. Okay, so you have again Inkling Mascot, Spellbook Seeker, Glorious Decay, Spectacle Summit, and then a Lorehold Charm. So 2 to cast, choose 1 instant. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact of their choice. Return target artifact creature card from mana value 2 or less to the battlefield, and creatures you control get 1/1 and trample until the end of turn. Nice. Soaring Stone Glider. You cast Elephant Cleric for 3 as an additional cost to cast this spell. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard or pay 1 and a white, flying and vigilance. Okay. And Living History. So this is a enchantment for 2. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 red white spirit creature token. Whenever you attack, if a card left your graveyard this turn, target attacking creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Okay. And then here you go, Mystical Archives, Spell Pierce. You know what? Let's put the Mystical Archives in their own nifty little pile, even for the uncommons. I'll just put them over here. You can keep them off frame, but you can put the Mystical Archives here. There you go. Spell Pierce. Okay. 1 blue, counter target non-creature spell unless its controlled pays 2. I think this is a reprint. And we have a Repel Calamity, 2 to cast instant, destroy target creature with power 4 or toughness 4 or greater. Okay. Okay, so let's go. For pack rare, we have Mind into Matter. So it's an X Simic. Draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand to the battlefield tapped. Okay. And then next we have a rare. It is Immoral Bargain. So 1 in Golgari has initial cost to cast a spell, sacrifice X creatures, destroy X target non-land permanents. Good for token decks. I'm definitely looking to get back into Golgari. Okay, next rare we have a Shattered Sanctum. So this is one of the I think a reprint from the land, borderless, non-foil. Yeah, so this land enters tap unless you control 2 or more other lands. Okay, we have our first mythic, and it's a Mystical Archive card. It is. Whoa! We did make a mega hit. Force of Will. Foil, not silver screen foil, but, or is that what you call it? Well, not the silver foil thing, but it is a mega hit. This is like a, pretty good card, I think. So 5 to cast, blue instant. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. Oh boy, this is a good one. So this is I don't know, foil version of this. I don't know, it's at least a $50 card, right? Okay, and we have another mythic after that, and it is a special guest. We have Archaeomancer. Okay, so this is a 4 cast human wizard 1/2. When this creature enters, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So that is a mythic. You know what? I'll put the mythic over here. Nice. Okay. There we go. Archaeomancer over there. So that was a great pack, I have to say. That was a great pack. We detonated a Force of Will into existence. Okay, so here we go. Pack number 3. Quite happy with that. I think that made up for the first pack. Let's continue on with the collector booster goodness. Quick Study, Mage Tower Referee, Pursue the Past, Shattered Acolyte. Hey, if there's any good like commons and commons, please do let me know in the comments so that I know to look out for those guys. Hopefully there's value in them. So Cuboid Colony, Simic, Flash, Flying Trample, Increment, 1/1. Whenever you cast a spell, the amount of mana spent greater than... Oh, okay. I like those spells. I like that. Cuboid Colony, okay. Sanar, Unfinished Genius, Simic, Goblin Sorcerer, comes prepared. Tap, create a treasure token. Activate only if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. It has Wild Idea for 5 with sorcery. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle. This is a good card, good design. Social Snub. Okay, 1 white and black, so Silver Quill. When you cast this spell while you control a creature, you may copy the spell. Each player sacrifices a creature of their choice. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. Okay, here's another Mystical Archive card. So what does this do? I don't know. It's 1 green. Can anyone tell me what these are? Anyway, hit me up in the comments. But yeah, I'll put that over here. And then we have a Disdainful Stroke. Not in the nice foil though, but it's fine. Okay, we have a nice Swamp. So for the pack rare, we have a Planar Engineering, 4 to cast. Sacrifice 2 lands, search your library for 4 base land cards, put them on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Great for landfall decks. Definitely will go into mine. Okay, mythic number 3. It is Zimone, Infinite Analyst. So I think this is one of the commander cards. So 1 in the Simic. So Human Wizard 0/4. The first spell you cast with X in its mana cost this turn costs 1 less for each 1/1 counter on Zimone. Whenever you cast your first spell with X in its mana cost each turn, you put 2 1/1 counters on Zimone. So this can get pretty sweet over time. So this is a non-foil borderless. And then we have another non-foil borderless. It is Nita Forum Conciliator. So 1 and Simic. Whenever you, sorry, not Simic, Silver Quill. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Pay 2, sacrifice another creature, exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast it this turn, blah, blah. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, we have a rare, and it is a Japanese Mystical Archive. It is this. I don't know what this is. I really don't have an idea, but we've pulled, I think, 2 green cards, but these are uncommon with 1 green as a casting cost. I have no idea what this is. I'll have to check, or maybe you guys can let me know on the comments. But is this good? Is this not? I have no idea. But it is a Mystical Archive, so yeah. Okay. I will put this over. Sorry, no. Hold on. This one goes over here. And this one goes over here. So non-foil mythic over there. Okay. Mystical Archive goes over here. And we have another one. Ooh, we have an Elder Dragon. It is Lorehold the Historian. So it's a 5 to cast Elder Dragon 5/5 Flying Haste. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Nice borderless foil. Beautiful looking card. Look at the design on that. Oh. Very nice. Very, very nice. I think that's also a good pack. Not as good as the last one, but still. I just don't know what this Mystical Archive card is. So if you guys know, do let me know what it is. Okay. Next up. Okay, so let's try to pick up the pace here. So Textbook Tabulator, Rehearsed Debater, Unsubtle Mockery, Paradox Gardens, Teacher's Pest, Forum Necroscribe, Daydream. Okay, and here's the Mystical Archive, Locust Spray, and Stargaze. Okay, now we go to the business end. So for our pack foil rare, Harmonized Trio, it's a merfolk, 1 to cast, 1/1, tap 2 untapped creatures you control, it becomes prepared, and has Brainstorm as its prepared spell, I suppose. Okay, nice. I'm sure the prof would like that. Under that, we have a Turbulent Step. So this is part of the new land cycle. This land enters tapped unless your opponents control 8 or more lands. So if you're playing Commander, that would be quite easy. So maybe on turn 2, turn 3, this should come in untapped. Okay, and then we have another Arc of Hunger. 4 to cast artifact. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Tap, mill a card, you may play that card this turn. Hey, this is nice. I like this. In Boros, okay, interesting. And then for the Mystical Archive card, we have a... Oh gosh, I don't know what this is. It's rare, non-foil, but quite interesting. You know what? Let me open this up a little bit, improve the lighting situation here. Give me a second, guys. There you go. I'm not sure what this is. Do let me know in the comments what this guy is. And then, we have a silver screen foil. Oh gosh, I don't know what is this. It's white and black. It has that nice, beautiful foiling I was talking about. You really can't appreciate it here on camera, but it really looks nice in person. I have no idea what this is. It's a rare though, so let me know what this is if I got anything good. So that goes over there. Okay, moving on. This is what pack number are we now? Pack number 5. But gosh, that Force of Will, so good. So good. Okay, so it looks like we got ourselves an art card. I don't know if that's gonna be any good, but anyway. Tome Blast, Sneering Shade Rider, Efflorescence, Render Speechless, Essence Knit Scholar, okay, Summon Dromedary, Archaics, Agony, Abrade, nice classic Abrade, and a Burst Lightning, this one in foil, pretty sweet. Okay, you have a mountain, and then for the foil, regular foil rare, Splatter Technique. So it's 1 blue, blue, red, red sorcery. Choose 1. Draw 4 cards, or it deals 4 damage to each creature and planeswalker. Okay, and then under that we have a Coercive Impetus. 3 to cast Aura, enchant creature. That creature gets 1/1 and is coded, and whenever enchant creature attacks, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Okay. And then under that, we have an Aziza, Mage Tower Captain, borderless. So borrows colors, Lore Hold, Jin, Sorcerer 2/2. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 3 untapped creatures you control. If you do copy that spell, you may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, and then we have a Daze for the Mystical Archive card. 2 to cast instant. When you may return island you control to its owner's hand rather than counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. And we have an Informed Ink right here for the foil borderless. 2 to cast Human Wizard with Vigilance with Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, create a 1/1 white-black Inkling creature token with flying. Okay, cool. So yeah, that goes over here, I guess. Foil borderless rare. Okay, no, I'll just put that over here. Okay, so this is pack number 6. So hits that we've picked up so far, I guess, would be Foul and the Lore Hold Historian, which I assume the Elder Dragons here would be of some value, right? Because these are Elder Dragons. Okay, so Cost of Brilliance, Noxious Newt, Ancestral Anger, Grapple with Death, Pest Brood Sloth, Matter Bending Mage, Scolding Administrator. Okay, Japanese Mystical Archive, not sure what this is. And a Duty Beyond Death in foil. Okay, plain. And then for the pack rare, we have a Moseo Veins Nudine. So it's a 3 to cast legendary Bird Skeleton Warlock, 2/1 flying. When it enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token. It has Infusion. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. I like that card. I like that card. Pretty cool. Okay. So for the borderless non-foil, we have Abstract Performance for 6. Sorcery, exile top 4 cards of your library in a face-down pile, then exile top 4 cards of your library in a face-up pile. The opponent chooses one of those piles. Put that pile into your graveyard. Look at the cards in the other pile. You may cast a spell among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest into your hand. Okay, so this is from Commander. Yeah. And then we have another card here, Harmonized Trio. This time it's a borderless version, non-foil. And for the Mystical Archive, we have Expressive Iteration. So I think this is one of the cool cards coming from the original Strixhaven. So now it's appearing as a Mystical Archive, which is pretty cool. So foil, Mystical Archive treatment. Coolness. And then we have a Slumbering Trudge to close this back out. So X in the green, 6/6, enters with a number of stun counters on it equal to 3 minus X. If it enters with a stun counter on it, tap it. Okay, so that goes over here. Okay, so first half of the pack done. You know what? I'll put the Mystical Archives here because this what do you call this? Pile here is starting to pick up. I'll just move these piles up here so that we can have more real estate for these guys. Okay. Oh, the Force of Will looking very, very cool. There you go. Okay, let's continue with the Collector Booster goodness. Man, these things. Okay. Okay, next up we have Burog Barrage, Goblin Glassrite, Pest Mascot, Johnny's Response, Mika, Reader of Ruin, so this is legendary, Sundering Archaic. Hey, this is pretty cool. Converge, 6 to cast, enters target. Okay. Pay 2, put target card from graveyard on the bottom of the. Okay. I thought it was cool. Dissection Practice, Mystical Archive, Bitter Triumph is the other one. Okay, Island. And okay, we start off with a mythic here in the regular foil slot. It is Echo Casting Symposium. What does this do? It's for the cast lesson sorcery. Target player creates a token that's a copy of target creature you control. It has paradigm. So then exile the spell. After you first resolve the spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. What? Okay, too much text for me to understand right now, but seems pretty insane. Okay. And then we have a Scorched Geyser for the land slot. So this is, I think, a reprint maybe. Okay, and then we have a Color Storm Stallion. So it's a 3/3 elemental horse, 1 and Simic, Ward, 1 and Haste. It has Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+1 to end turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, create a token that's a copy of this creature. Oh, okay. So I'll put this over here. And then we have a Mystical Archive card, non-foil, so it's for the cast. I'm not sure what this is though. And we end up with, ooh, that's another beautiful looking card. Oh, it is in that silver screen sort of color. I mean, treatment. It looks really good. So there you can see the foiling on that is excellent. Okay, so it's a rare, but again, I don't know what this is, so fortunately can't comment, but it is a beautiful looking card. Look at that. It's basically white and then some tinges of blue there and then just black. The simplicity of it makes it so beautiful. Okay, so I think I have 2 of them so far. 3 plus if you count the uncommon treatment that I got earlier. Okay, next. So we have 5 packs left. Okay, Muse's Encouragement, Adventurous Eater, Deluge Virtuoso, Imperious Graduation Day, Arnin, Deathbloom Botanist, Additive Evolution, Knockout Maneuver. Yeah, I'll put this over here. Knockout Maneuver. Put a 1 on target creature and then deals. Okay. And Return the Favor in foil. Spree. Yeah, this is from Thunder Junction. Okay. So we have a swamp here. We have a Restoration Seminar for the regular foil Mythic. So this is another lesson. 7 to cast. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield and has Paradigm. Okay. And we have a... it's Mythic over here. Ominous Harvest, 3 to cast. Gravestorm. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. So what does Gravestorm do? Like if something goes to you? I don't know. Fortunately, there's no text on this, but yeah. Okay, we'll take it. And then we have a Mythic here. It is a duplicate. We have Lorehold, the Historian in non-foil this time. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. It's a Mythic. It's a Mythic. And we have a 3rd Mythic. Cool. Mystical Archive card. It is Subterranean Tremors. So this one, X and red, it deals X damage to each creature without flying. If X is 4 or more, destroy all artifacts. If X is 8 or more, create an 8/8 red lizard creature token. Okay. So it's a foil, and then we end with a Traumatic Critique. So X and Simic deals X damage to any target, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Okay, so foil, boardless. I'll just put that over here. Okay. Okay, 4 packs to go. We got 2 Lorehold the Historian, so I would have loved to seen something else, but okay, I'll take it. Okay, Spellbook. Okay, Terramorphic Expanse, Glorious Decay, Mika, Reader of Ruins, Sundering Archaic again, Dissection Practice. Okay, one of these lovely Mystical Archive green cards, and a stock up in blue. So we have a plane here, And we have a Pensive Professor for the regular pack foil. 3 to cast Human Wizard with Increment. 0-2, and whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on this creature, draw a card. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on this. Well, this could be. Well, this is quite strong. This is strong. 3 to cast, and you can put. It's so easy to put 1/1 counters, right? So it doesn't even say that it's like once a turn. It's like, okay, this one's gonna be crazy, I think. Okay, and then we have a prepared spell, which is Dirger Focus Mage, 2 to cast, blue, 1/4 Jin Monk. Okay, instant sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 5 or greater from your hand, this creature becomes prepared and has Brain Geyser for the prepared spell. Target player draws X cards. Okay. And then we have a Slumbering Trudge, which we already got before. And we have a Reprieve for the Mystical Archive foil. Okay, and we end with a Vicious Rivalry. So 4 to cast sorcery as an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life, destroy all artifacts creatures with mana value X or less. Okay, so I'll put that over here. Oh, nice art. Okay, last 3 packs. So far, we just have 1 mega hit, which is the Force of Will foil Mystical Archive. I would have loved to have gotten a Japanese art of that. But actually here, for the Japanese art cards here, I don't know if there's any value in them yet, because I actually don't even know what cards these are. But we'll figure it out after this unboxing. Okay, Fractalize, Pick Your Poison, nice, and another Japanese Mystical Archive. Okay, here we go. Forest. We have a Bletch, Loafing Pest. So 1 and Golgari Pest, 3/4. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on each pest, bat, insect, snake, and spider you control. So really, these are like these little pests, these little gremlins. Okay. And then we have a Ceaseless Conflict, sorcery for 5. Destroy all creatures, then create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token for each non-creature you control that was destroyed this way. Okay. So you get something back after you do the board wipe. Cool. And then we have a Steering Hope Singer, 3 to cast, Bird Bard, 1/3 flying lifelink. And with Repartee, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets creature, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Cool. Mythic, Japanese, it is, what is this? This is a Mythic. And is this Foretell? No. I think this is a removal, right? Maybe? Not sure. Let me know what this is, guys. So it's pay 2 here, and then you can pay 6. Seems like a board wipe to me. Isn't there like a board wipe like that? Okay. And then we have a Bletch, Loafing Pest, this time in the alt art foil borderless. Okay, last 2 packs now. Hopefully you get 1 more mega hit and I should be good. Okay, Deluge Virtuoso, Terra, Fractal, Wander Off, Campus Composer, Snarl, Song, and Artistic Process. For the Mystical Archives, you have a Sleight of Hand and a foil Pick Your Poison. Okay, so we have an island here, and we have for the pack rare, it is a Postmortem Professor. 2 to cast, Zombie Warlock. This creature can't block. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Pay 2, exile instant or sorcery card from graveyard, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then we have a boardless non-fault, Spirit of Resilience. So it's a 3 to cast, Spirit Warrior, 2/2. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. You may have this creature become a copy of an artifact or creature card among those cards until end of turn. And we have a mythic here. It is the Dawning Archaic. What is this, guy? So it's a 10 to cast legendary avatar. 7/7. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. It has reach. And whenever the Dawning Archaic attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Okay, borderless mythic. Okay, and we have a reprieve in the non... Oops, we'll put the mythic over here. So in the reprieve in Mystical Archive, non-foil, and a practiced offense, which is a 3 to cast sorcery. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature target player controls. That creature gains choice of double strike or lifelink until end of turn. Has flashback. Okay, I think that's a good card. And fractal. Okay, last pack now. So hopefully we get some last pack magic. I'm hoping that we get a huge hit. One more great card would really top things off. This is such a great looking set. I'm looking forward to opening a play booster. Hopefully I'll get it within the day as well, and I will share the unboxing with you guys. Okay, another Mystical Archive card. I'll try to find out what these cards are so I can just maybe add them you know, on the text box as I do the opening here. Okay, so here we go. Last pack magic. We have a Vicious Rivalry to start things off here, and then an Umbral Expanse. Okay, interesting. So this is a enters land, has cycling, plains, swamp. Okay, and then we have a Great Hall of the Biblioplex. It's a land. Tap for colorless mana. Tap, pay 1 life. Add 1 mana of any color. You cast it only for instant and sorcery spells. And then you can pay 5. If this land is a creature, it becomes a 2/4 wizard creature with it. Whenever you cast instant, this creature gets +1/+0. It's still a land. Okay. And we have a mythic here. It is Berserk. Mystical Archive. Look at the art there. That's beautiful. Non-foil though. Instant, cast a spell only before combat damage step. Target creature gains trample and X+0 until end turn, where X is its power. Beginning of next end step, destroy a creature if attacked this turn. Okay, it went Berserk. And we end with a Wisdom of Ages. So 7 to cast sorcery. Return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Wisdom of Ages. That's an insane card. All right, so that's it, guys. I hope you liked this unboxing. We got the hits early, Force of Will, 2 Elder Dragons, unfortunately the same kind. We have several Japanese Mystical Archives here, 2 of them with these nice silver foiling. I don't know what these are yet, but I'll try to find out if there's any value in them. And then we got several new cards in the rare slot. I'm gonna have to go through them and see how these are, but definitely a great looking set. The art is outstanding, and the card design as well is pretty good. Okay, guys, so thanks for joining me on this one. I hope to catch you guys on the next unboxing. Take care and bye bye.